How has OnlyFans kind of like played in terms of like career wise? Has it like helped sustain you? That was a large part of the energy that I saw people throwing at you, like, oh, you don't need the money, or she go broke. How do you respond to that criticism?
Okay. Well, I people that are outside of the acting world have no place to speak on it. When people are saying, oh, those Bernie Mac checks must have dried up, or like from a job 20 years ago when I was a 12-year-old, yeah, like duh.
Because we think the residuals are still coming through though.
I mean, they do, but
it's not.
We weren't. I wasn't. Listen, if I was on Friends making $1 million an episode, yes, those residual checks would still be very nice. But as time goes on, they get smaller and smaller every year. You're not making the same amount that you were when the show was current per episode.
Right.
So, as someone who was just a kid, don't get me wrong, still making good money, but 20 years later, those checks are not sustainable for a living. And with the industry being as fickle as it is, you can't count on any job to last or even to book a job. So over the years, I have done regular 9-to-5s.
Oh, wow.
I owned an ice cream shop for 3 years when I was a teenager.
Wow.
And I funded that with my own money. I taught gymnastics to kids where I was making like $11-12 an hour. So I've done that.
Wow.
But if I can find a way to make enough to buy a home from the comfort and safety of my own living room, why wouldn't I do that?
Wagwan, guys, what's going on? I hope you're doing good. I cannot complain myself. So Camille Winbush, she had an interview on Comedy Hype. I'm assuming because she was on the Bernie Mac show, which kind of was like comedy. He was a comedian. So they had her on there, and basically she's doing, I think OF, she's doing OnlyFans, which is, I mean, I don't know if it would be a letdown or anything like that. She was she was young, I guess mediocre when she was on the Bernie Mac show. She was like super mean, right? That was like her character. If I remember watching it, she was like pretty mean, which was spot on, right? So seeing that she's doing OF now, it's not very much a surprise. I think that would be her lane to go to. But she kind of like was basically saying like how the checks are drying up, or maybe people were speaking to that her checks were drying up, or that maybe she should not be doing OF because of her role in the Bernie Mac show, and I guess it's supposed to be some prestige there, and basically saying that she should still have money from that show. But basically she was saying like, no, I don't have money from that show. The royalty checks are drying up. So she's met at this crossroad in life, and it's kind of like how can I say, a midlife crisis. That's what I'm gonna say. This is kind of like, it's a midlife crisis where she's trying to do something to like rejuvenate and basically live her life, right? This new lifestyle that she's trying to live her life through, and basically talking about like getting a house and stuff like that, which I can definitely I definitely can have empathy for that. And just speaking about that, right? Because we all have those things. As of lately, I've been looking at sports cars. I've been so okay. Okay, I'm not getting a sports car. All right, let's just stop it. All right, but I have been looking at them, and it's one of those things, right? And I'm pretty sure she will be able to get herself a house knowing that, you know, she's gonna have a lot of traffic, a lot of people going and subscribing and checking her out just off of, because she's a nice looking, it's not like she's not, you know, that's why many people, I would want to say, would kind of be upset, right, knowing her first and foremost, through that role, at least through the Ray Max show, and then like seeing that, okay, well, she's, you know, she is not like a bad looking person, so, you know, that would be a pro and a con, right? So yeah, you know, it's just one of those things for me. You know, I think she's definitely not a bad looking person, so she probably could still find, if she wanted to. She's trying to get herself a house, so I'm not too sure if she's trying to go, you know, for the traditional, you know, roles with marriage and, you know, a house and all the stuff that goes along with that. I'm not too sure what her long-term goal is with that, besides, you know, having monetary gain, which, like I say, you know, that's one of those things I can empathize with, and that's just what it is right now. You know, a lot of people are going through the breaks. You know, people are trying to reach goals, and I get it, man. I 100% get it. I'm not here hating on her, but you know, she did say that she believes, or she feels like people who, you know, who don't have, you know, who weren't in acting or don't have any type of background like that, they should not have an opinion. I'm gonna zonk that 100%. I'm zonking that. You know, people don't, you know, it probably would help, you know, if you did have that type of background, but like, people could still have an opinion. People can still, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be valid, right? But that's just one of the things, you know, everybody has one and it stinks, right? That's an opinion. But like I say, man, she's a nice looking person. I hope that her means to an end is worth it, you know, and that's just, everybody has like a moral compass, right? Everybody has that. It's just like, are you going to be like some old relic that is like diseased and, you know, set up in this attic, you know, that's just gonna decay and, you know, over the years and wilt away? Or are you gonna like try to make something out of what you have and reach goals? And that's what she's decided to do. It's just one of those things. It's very cookie cutter. A lot of people have done it, and people are just repeating that process and trying to, you know, manifest destiny out of it. 2 thumbs way up. I'm not hating on that situation, but it's one of those things where it's just like, you know, Camille Winbush, right? She's taking a turn in her career. Thought it was interesting. That's what I got for you guys, man. Peace. I'm out.